right, well, good evening, everyone. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not as strong of a public speaker as our MC over here, and my name is Austin Purkey. I'm the current president of Martinsville Rotary Club, and we have a wonderful crowd here tonight. I think this might be our biggest crowd yet. Sure seems like it. So most of our community's very best, most caring people are here in attendance this evening, which is awesome, and the mayor's here too. Yeah. Actually, MC Hammer over there stole some of my thunder. I was going to thank Lisa from Heavenly Helpings over there. She's my personal hero. She feeds us Rotarians every noon on Tuesday. Yeah, loved it. It's noon. My Tuesday noon meal is pretty much the highlight of my week. No offense to my family. I'm going to pay for that. So, anyways, thank you. All right, good night. Guess I should probably talk about Rotary Club a little bit. Also want to recognize Chris Page here tonight. I love that guy. He's so awesome. Thank you for the wonderful prayer this morning and reminding everybody that it's beautiful out and we're in here. So thank you. Yeah. Yeah, coffee. Yeah, please. So I'd also like to thank the Martinsville Chamber of Commerce for their continued partnership with the Rotary Club to host this great event. I'm not sure how many years it's been. It seems to grow every year. Through our partnership, we have been able to raise thousands of dollars to go towards several local organizations designated by the mayor, which has included Desert Rose, Stability First, the Martinsville Little League, and many others. And of course, this year, as he had mentioned before, Habitat for Humanity gets a lot of the proceeds here tonight. So big thank you for everyone for being here, purchasing a ticket. It's much appreciated but also specifically thank you to the Chamber because they always do a great job. They're a great group of people. They connect businesses and people in our community and are a tremendous resource for all of us to use, and so really appreciate them. I had a pretty high opinion of Martinsville Rotarians. That high opinion was lowered quite a bit when they chose me to be their president. I'm being serious, there were better choices available. You'd think that a group of philanthropists with occupations such as attorneys, optometrists, librarians, financial planners, educators, and those in ministry would make better leadership decisions, but in fact, I told them when I took this position in June that it's a good thing that the strength of Rotary is the individual members. And thank goodness that's true, or I would have been impeached a long time ago. Incidentally, the same thing must be true about the city of Martinsville and the mayor. Thank goodness the strength of the city is the individual citizens. Yeah. The Martinsville Rotary Club motto is service above self. Service above self. I feel very inadequate to be part of such a selfless group of people. These past several years, I have forged several great friendships with some of our community's finest citizens. They truly love and care for others, and there's no way I could do their good deeds justice in the few minutes that I have up here. We even have in our club a Ruth Rusi Spirit of Service Award winner, and which is a big deal. And if you don't understand how big of a deal that is, you'll find out here in just a little bit. This past year, we have helped Teachers Warehouse raise over $39,000 in support specifically for educators here in Martinsville. Awesome. Yeah. We helped build Desert Rose new playground equipment and helped with their landscaping for our district project. We rang bells for the Salvation Army around the holidays, and actually, we were just a small part of that, but Pastor Jansen, I don't think he's here tonight, but he had mentioned that we raised over $12,000 this year to go towards the Salvation Army here in Martinsville, and that's amazing. We raised over $2,000 for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library through our silent disco. Shout out to DJ Jeff Main, wherever he is. And I'm going to throw a little plug here for our silent discos. They're an absolute blast, and we've got one coming up Friday, May 30th at Cedar Creek Winery, and it's the weekend after Memorial Day. It's your first week back at work after a holiday weekend, so you're all going to be grumpy. You need to unwind. Come to Cedar Creek, drink a little wine, do a little dancing, and have a blast. So, May 30th. We also purchased, read to, and gave I Like Me books to all of the MSD elementary school kindergartners. We volunteered at the Sprouts Club for their annual Zucchini 500. That's a real thing. We bought presents for Wellspring families, Christmas presents for Wellspring families. We cooked and served several community table meals. Karen Shields does an awesome job organizing all that. And we gave 2 scholarships to 2 very deserving graduating high school students. And I know I'm missing something here, but Rotarians are amazing. So at this time, this is all I could come up with at the top of my head, so I'm missing something. But at this time, I'd like all Martinsville Rotarians to please stand and be recognized for all of their selfless dedication to our community. Thank you. Thank you. Right on. That's on a separate note, now that I'm seeing their face, most of them have been looking at me like, oh good, what's he going to say? And then this table up here with my wife and kids and my in-laws are more like, oh, what's he going to say? Yeah. We'll get there. Anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you Rotarians. It's an honor to serve with you. So when I was voluntold to be the Rotary President by Steve Soniga and Rick Gray, that actually happened, the very first thing I thought of was I get to speak at the State of the City in a few years. And with any luck, my father-in-law, Kenny Costin, who I work for as a funeral director, I might add, will get reelected. And I get to say whatever I want about him in front of all these people. Well, I went straight to work and I drafted a very long speech, like an hour longer than this one's going to be. I don't even think the first draft mentioned the Rotary Club at all. Just good old-fashioned roast, lots of good stories. I even asked others for good stories. I was going to ask Mac Dunn, but none of those stories would be appropriate or usable for very obvious reasons. I had all sorts of stuff I was going to talk about. I mean, Kenny told me things he shouldn't ever tell me. It involved him and an electric fence, a nickname his dad gave to him as a kid, his trip to the emergency room. I mean, he went to Eminence, which opens all sorts of possibilities. I was even going to show off a textbook of his, which is a coloring book. Oh, I brought that. Yeah. He gave it to the special kids. I was even going to have Amy steal one of his, kind of hard to describe, it's like a purple, pink, lavender explosion of a shirt out of his closet that he wears in public when he's not wearing a suit. It's really something that you would probably see at Woodstock or something. I was going to say, hey, this is your mayor. He wears this. Lastly, I was going to get some sponsors for my speech, like Just for Men Touch of Gray or Life Alert. I even had a blurb written up for those. I was going to do all of that, but 2 things kind of occurred to me. Remember, I work for him, so I like my job. I prefer to keep it. That's the first thing that occurred to me. The second thing is, pains me to admit it, but I'm pretty fortunate to know him and work for him. He's a great guy. Yeah, he taught me a lot, continues to teach me a lot. Some of it's what not to do, most of it. But he is a great husband. He's a great dad. Papa, of course. Yeah. Now, remember when I mentioned how Rotary's motto is service above self? Well, they may not be Rotarians, but there is no one else I know that better exemplifies that phrase than Kenny and Debbie Costin. They are 2 of the most generous, most giving people I know and are an incredible example of putting others first. I can tell you firsthand, they do so much more for others in terms of financial assistance, acts of service, and time for others than anyone will ever know, and with virtually no recognition for it, which I think they prefer it that way. I get to see firsthand the kind of people that they are, and I've witnessed with my own 2 eyes so many selfless acts of service for others that I'm just proud and honored that they are part of my life. While he is a terrific funeral director and mayor, although I didn't vote for him. I mean, I get it, but I didn't vote for him. They to each their own. But he's an even better person. So, there you go. Now I can keep my job. Thank you, everyone. I really want to say a special thank you to anybody that outbid my children on all the silent auction items. That's much appreciated. I see that my son did not buy a desk chair for the 3rd year in a row. Yep. Appreciate that very much. And God bless you all. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great night.